And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today we are going to cover the newest video from the Mike Vestil show. Okay, for those of you guys who don't know who Mike Vestil is, he's a guy who has 200,000 plus subscribers on his YouTube channel. And he made a second channel. It's called the Mike Vestil show. And he talks about semen retention the entire time there, basically. On his other show, he doesn't mention it a lot because, you know, I don't know, he wants to go a bit more mainstream on that one. But this one, he's talking, you know, to the niche people who want to learn about semen retention because he's passionate about it. And he's got a lot of good videos. And I agree with pretty much everything that he talks about there, almost. So we're going to react and respond to the latest video that came out today called 5 Reasons Why Semen Retention is Not Working for You. So let's get started.
In the eyeballs. And are you kind of getting angry because maybe you've been doing this for a while, but for some reason you don't have the life that you want, you don't have the love that you want, you aren't attracting the women that excites you, you don't have the finances or the income or the success that you feel like right now you need and deserve, and you feel like if you don't get the success now, then your life is completely ruined? Well, the only way to figure out that is to realize if semen retention is not working for you specifically. And in this video, I want to talk about the 5 reasons why semen retention is not working. So the first reason is...
So I love this because I've always said that there's 2 aspects to semen retention. It's the aspect of not ejaculating, and then it's the other aspect, okay? And he's now going to talk about the other aspect. Believe it or not, he knows the second half because it's working for him. The first half is simply not ejaculating. Stop watching porn, right? And that's in many ways, that's the easy part. I mean, it's extremely hard, but the only reason why it's hard is because you're not doing the second half. And that's what he's going to talk about right now and explain for us, which is basically just repeating for everyone who's been on my channel for a while. They know these principles in and out. No pun intended. Let's go.
You don't have a purpose. It doesn't matter how cool you are. You could be like the Kanye West of semen retention. But if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have something that you're constantly pursuing, if you can't speak modern day English as you're talking, Mike, but if you don't have a purpose that you are pursuing and are willing to die for, that's like sharpening a sword and never actually going and cut anything or playing Fruit Ninja. The second reason is you probably have...
Awesome. You do not have a purpose, okay? Now, a lot of you guys will say, well, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what to do. Yes, you do have a purpose. I'll tell you right now what your purpose is. Your purpose is masculinity. There is nothing else. All men who produce sperm, who produce testosterone in their bodies, their purpose needs to be masculinity. There is nothing else. You want to become as masculine as possible and understand what masculinity entails. That's your purpose. If you think that your purpose is what you're going to do for a career choice or what you're going to do to make money or what you're going to do whatever, no, your purpose is masculinity. Simple. Can you go in that direction? Because that direction will give you clarity. That direction will give you sense of urgency. That direction will lead you where to go. Okay? Very simple. Once you have that purpose clear, then you need to understand that 80-hour work week might not be a very bad idea, okay? Let's keep going.
You haven't found your mastermind yet. Odds that you're doing semen retention and no fap, but all of your friends think you're crazy. Odds that you're probably the only person in all of your friend group that only does no fap and semen retention. And you are literally depending on a group of strangers online that are talking about no fap and semen retention to feel some sense of community. And that's the thing. It's very hard to get forward if your entire life is still holding you back. This was my biggest mistake. I got into NoFap and semen retention. I read the book Think and Grow Rich. I told a bunch of friends about it. They're like, Mike, you're crazy. I'm not giving that up. I'm not giving it up. Finding people that supported in me, especially like when I moved here to Bali, you can check that out. That's where I got this blue thing. And that's where I'm here right now in my little office because I was sweating outside and I was trying to make videos for lifestyle wise, but I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm sweating and it's hot. There's air conditioning inside. When I moved here, I met a bunch of people that were more like into spirituality, into success, into, you know, authentic relating, into creating a life that was more balanced, where not just having, you know, an attractive relationship, not just having money, not just being in the best shape of your life, but having the entire thing. And when I came here and I started leaving and started traveling around the world to find my little mastermind group of people that I could connect with, that's when I started up-leveling my life. And the semen retention was like, wow, I got the sword. Now I can cut stuff with it. Now the third one is you're probably...
Boom. And I completely agree. You haven't found your mastermind yet. Welcome, Men of High Value channel. Now, obviously, there's tons of channels creating communities with guys, blah, 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 but there is no community like the Men of High Value community. I can tell you that right now. Those people that are clients of mine, we're going somewhere, and we're going in that direction together. Those guys know what the movement is all about. They know the end picture. And if they don't know, they need to ask me and get that clarified, because it is insane how big we're thinking and what we're doing to help each other to achieve each other's dreams. Okay? If you are practicing semen retention, but you're doing it by yourself in your own apartment or own home, you need someone else who's also doing exactly that, who's progressing in the same direction so that you feel powered, empowered by others. And that's what we have in the community that we've got, okay? So that's what I recommend. Get part of the community. How do you do that? Well, begin to do the 80 hours, afford coaching. That's a very fantastic place to start. And then you will be part of the Men of High Value community. We continuously talk on a daily basis on our chat, and we help each other out. You need that. Everyone needs that. But some of you will take a little bit longer, and that's okay. But for those of you that are ready, jump on board to get that family unity of guys who are going in the same direction, meaning masculinity, and encouraging each other along the way. Number 3.
Using women as your ultimate purpose. That is like you sharpening your sword and then just like hacking like a brick. It's not what it's designed for. It's not what it's designed for. The thing about semen retention, especially as a man, is it needs to be tied with your purpose. Semen retention and sexual transmutation as a man is really designed to take whatever idea that you have in here in terms of business or creation or wealth or success and to literally manifest it. The problem with most people is they're semen retentioning and they're like, how can I use this to attract women? And in essence, that statement means they're chasing women. And the thing about women is it's like a butterfly. You can chase it all you want, but you will only attract it when you become the person that deserves it. How do you become the person that deserves it? By pursuing your purpose. And if you spend all of your time making women your purpose, like what I did in my early 20s, literally traveling around the world, spending thousands of dollars going to workshops to learn more how to pursue the women that I loved. For some reason, I couldn't hold an amazing relationship with an awesome girl that I really resonated with that was also an entrepreneur, because of the fact that deep down I was always like this little needy, insecure little boy. And the reason why that never healed was because my entire life, I constantly made women my purpose. Now the fourth one is you're not...
Boom. And as you know on this channel, I completely agree with him. The interesting aspect of women, and let me just make that clear, the moment you make them your purpose, like that's the end all and be all for you, and that's what you're doing this success journey for and all that stuff, they leave. They don't want you. Like, women are literally designed to go the opposite direction if you make them your purpose. Like, they're not designed for that at all, none whatsoever. So you as a man need to once and for all basically put women away for a while, and what I recommend is voluntary celibacy with semen retention, that you don't date, you don't have sex with women whatsoever, you put them aside so that you can practice not having them being your purpose. Because when you're a teenager, when you're in your 20s, that is your purpose. Inside your brain is like, how can I ejaculate? How can I ejaculate? How can I ejaculate? And I don't want to do it by myself in my bathroom or in my bed. I want to do it with a girl, blah, blah, blah. You're being a girl when you think like that. Okay? So you need to stop thinking like that and begin to think towards masculinity. The crazy aspect of it is that when you begin to make masculinity your purpose and your goals, your dreams, your purpose, and how you want your lifestyle to be and how you want life to be, suddenly the women become attracted to it. They're like, I want to come along for the ride. But then when you begin to switch over to like, I want you, and that's your dream and goal, then suddenly they're like, I can't handle this, I gotta go. And then they disappear. right? But also, even if you're able to retain women, this is not the time, okay? Obviously, Mike is not going to listen to me because he's got a girlfriend and they're very happy together, etc., etc. But understand that for you guys, and maybe for him, it is not time yet to chase women. Or it'll never be the right time to chase women. But it's not the time to set that up, to have that female relationship in your life, unless you've understood female nature and you've also understood 3 in love. Mike, if you're listening to this video, hit me up, okay? All right, let's go. Number 4.
Not getting out of your comfort zone. It doesn't matter how long you've been no-fapping and semen retentioning. If I stay in this room and don't do anything, I don't start an online business, I don't go out and say hi to somebody, I don't network with people that make my income look like pennies, if I don't feel uncomfortable, I'm not growing. Like I said, this sword analogy for semen retention is the best thing. That's like sharpening your sword and then putting it in the same kitchen drawer with all of your butter knives. You're not growing. As a man, you grow to the direct proportion to how uncomfortable you are every single day. And it doesn't matter how much you no-fap and semen retention. If you don't apply it on some type of vehicle, it's never gonna happen. And the 5th one is you haven't.
And I agree with this one as well. He put it very beautifully in terms of get outside your comfort zone. What's crazy about this, as you're being taught on this channel, is that when you are moving towards your dreams and goals, everything is outside, everything that you desire is outside your comfort zone. What's crazy about it, though, is that you're supposed to get towards masculinity, right? When you get outside your comfort zone, and yet the opposite happens. You actually become feminine when you go outside your comfort zone, but it's only for a time. This is why it's crucial to go through the uncomfortable aspects of it, because then you'll become comfortable in it eventually, right? But you've increased your comfort zone, which means that you're not feminine anymore in that outer part of your comfort zone, because you've now stretched your comfort zone. Now you're comfortable where it used to be uncomfortable. So now you're now masculine in the space where you were feminine when you first entered that space. Does that make sense? So continuously your comfort zone is increasing because you are okay with being feminine, because you know that you're feminine, but you want to get out of it. You want to grow away from it. You don't want to be a needy little boy, like he explained. You want to become a man over time, and it takes time. But the only way that you're going to get there is to make that comfort zone bigger over time, right? And that's how it works. Actually, is like you've got to go through failure in order for you to get success. You got to go through hell in order to get to heaven. You've got to actually go through femininity in order for you to become masculine. Crazy how that works, yet that's how it works. Your job is to detox femininity out of your life once and for all. And it's going to happen one small step at a time. Masculinity, here we come.
Fix your finances. So here's the thing about no-fap and semen retention. That's fun, that's dandy. But when you look at the book Think and Grow Rich, you don't see that they're like, oh, do semen retention or sexual transmutation to attract love in your life. Ultimately, the reason why a lot of men succeed in their 40s and 50s when they get all of like the young boyish childish games of chasing women out of the way in their 20s is because of sexual transmutation, but also focusing on their finances. And because finances are directly linked to semen retention, the fact that if you are looking at your bank account right now and you are embarrassed and it's not growing, and if anything it's staying the same and consistent, odds are semen retention is not working. Which is why, guys, we have a free workshop below,
etc., etc., etc. Okay, so what's really cool about this last aspect, yes, in many ways, I would say finances, but if he'd said number 5 being 80-hour work week, I would be so fired up outside my brain, okay? Because not having fixed your finances, it basically means that you're not working. You're not actually taking massive action towards achieving your purpose and your dreams and goals. Once you tap into the 80-hour work week and you become obsessed about your dreams and goals, that's when semen retention begins to click for you. Okay? And you got to go through that aspect of having gone past the 30 days, having gone past the 30 to 60 days, and then being on 60 days Now cementing semen retention on your journey while cementing your habits. Your habitual thinking, your positive habitual attitudes, but also the morning routine, the evening routine, the daily routine of things that you need to do in order for you to consistently show up in order to get your exponential growth curve. It's going to happen for you, but it's got to be involving the 80-hour work week. If you do that, if you connect semen retention with the other half of semen retention, which is work, which is service, which is 80-hour work week, which is really tapping into your masculinity by going through femininity, that's what you're going to get. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and like this video. And Mike, hit me up for a collaboration. I'd be honored to work with you. And I'll see you again in the next one.